Hi, let's get into some prenatal exercises. Now you can do these at any stage of your pregnancy. All you need is a chair, an exercise ball, the large ones, or a mat. So we're going to go into some thoracic articulations first. So sitting up nice and tall, draw that string line taut, hands in front of you, and exhale, turn. 1, 2, and turn the other way. 1, 2. So every time you turn, see if you can go that little bit further. You want to anchor your butt cheeks down, your feet down onto the chair and the floor. We're trying to get more movement through that upper spine and that rib cage. You'll find the bigger you get through your pregnancy, the more your stomach contents are going to be pushed up towards your rib cage, and the more restricted those muscles are going to get. So if your ribs are tight, your upper spine is going to be tight. And break. We're going to stretch out that side of the ribs and get into side bending as well. Again, starting tall, inhale up, exhale, side bend. Inhale, exhale, into the mermaid. So you want to reach that stretch all the way through to the ends and past your fingertips. I'm using my opposite arm to push into that chair. So as I go into that side bend, I'm rolling over an imaginary ball and lifting up my rib cage, opening those intercostals out. Yeah? Sometimes if you struggle to go into that rotation, you go into your side bend. Now I'm sitting slightly forward of my chair so I don't lean back into it. It makes me work that little bit harder. If you're feeling particularly tight one day, you can hang out into that side bend and take an extra breath in and out. Okay, we're going to the transverse abdominis isolation, so you can do this seated or standing. Spread your fingers onto your stomach, breathe in to get ready and relax everything. Exhale, draw your belly button back towards your spine. Inhale, totally relax. Exhale. Inhale, release. Now I'll show you standing up sideways. So you see that compression through the stomach. As you get that lovely compression, you're pulling that baby back towards your spine. You'll also feel your pelvic floor lifting up because they do work together. Now with the fingertips, it mimics your transverse abdominis. So as I draw back, you'll see my fingertips wanting to come together. Yeah, that's a good sign that you're doing a good job. Make sure you totally relax in between. And inhale to release. We're going into the pelvic tilts. If you're sitting on a ball, you can continue to sit on a ball. When you're standing, just bend your knees slightly, so mimic that semi-squat, and exhale, scoop, and release. Scoop, and release. So I'm tucking my tailbone from the front though. I'm not just squeezing my bum. I'm scooping up through the front of my abdominals. Those lower abs are pulling my pubic bone up. My belly button is sinking down. Again, as you progress through your pregnancy and we get a little bit bigger, our posture changes into this a little bit more. You want to open up those back muscles and relax them and stretch them a little bit. You want to engage your abdominal muscles. It's a pendulum swing. Yeah? Emphasize this part. This is also a really nice exercise if you're someone who's a bit more lordotic, so it has a more noticeable curve in your lower back. Just opens things up, stretches it out. And relax. Now you can get rid of that chair. We're going into the clams, so lying on your side on the left-hand side. Make sure your head is supported. Stack your hips and knees, your feet are in line with your bum, and open up your hip. So you make sure that the distance between your hip bone and your rib cage remains the same. You don't want to be reclining onto the mat. The baby is still drawn back towards your belly button. Nice and easy. If you find your hip tends to roll back, which is not ideal, pop your hand on your hip bone, fingertips pointing towards your butt cheeks, yeah? You'll feel the muscle that's working. Don't let your hip roll back. And turn it out. That's it, nice and steady. Constantly working through here. It's a nice little lie down until the bum burns. Into the single leg raise. So you can either straighten both legs or bend your bottom knee at 90 degrees for a bit more stability. Again, stack your hips, turn that on, and raise your leg up and down. This distance remains the same, yeah? So you don't have to go too high. So this is the first version, and there's heaps of variations that we can do. But if you find this version quite easy and your glute muscles aren't burning too much, you can go to the hard version, which is circles. Nice, small, steady circles. If you generally keep your foot in line with your hips, you're doing a good job, yeah? Otherwise, if you take it too high, you'll tend to close this space through here. Circles forward, circles back. You'll feel that burn right in the back of those glutes, right there, into those deep hip stabilizers. A few more seconds to go, and then we're going to swap sides. That's it. Break and bend your knee forward to give it a nice stretch. Onto the other side. Same position for the clams. Stack. Foot in line with your knees. Foot in line with your hips, sorry. So you're wondering, why do I keep getting butt exercises when I'm pregnant? Why do people keep giving it to me? What we want to do is stabilize your sacroiliac joint, that SIJ that you keep hearing about. Sometimes, depending on your pelvic position during pregnancy, you can either jam that SIJ or you can gap it, causing a bit of weakness, yeah? So what it can lead to is lower back pain, butt pain, and sometimes a sciatic-like referral pain down into your legs. This also helps to prepare you post-pregnancy for recovery as well. You find you can lose a lot of strength and stability through those hips and butt muscles. Almost there. Move down. Straight leg, yeah? Choose the version that's right for you. You're working through here the whole time. Make sure your ribs aren't popping. And off you go. So the exercise we have after this is also important to prepare you for labour and to help you with recovery as well. But really, if you do nothing else but walk, then you're doing a good job. So walking is the #1 exercise, I reckon, for pregnancy. That's it. You just make sure that you get those legs moving, your pelvis moving, your core working. You don't have to go too crazy about it, yeah? Unless, of course, you want a bit of punishment, you want a bit of butt burn. This is a good one. Now remember, you can do those circles as well. I completely forgot to. A couple more seconds. And stretch it out. There you go. We're coming up to standing now. So coming into the wide leg squats. So obviously the further your pregnancy goes, you want to go wider with your feet for comfort. Into that potty squat where you bend back, press into your feet, stand up nice and tall. The whole time you are hugging that baby. Imagine there's a harness there and you're holding that cutie nice and close to you. Bit of practice when you chuck them into those harnesses. So, this is a really good pre-pregnancy, labour, post-pregnancy exercise because you want to concentrate on that relaxation phase down here and that contraction phase, yeah? During labour, it's nice to get into some squats. It helps with that labour discomfort. But it's also really important to make sure that you can learn how to relax your pelvic floor to get ready for labour. Last one for the measure. Into the lunges, left leg back first. So take a good step back and your back heel is up and bend both knees down. You can do some of these exercises with hand weights as well. So imagine that I'm holding weights. I can get my biceps working, yeah? Keep going. Interrupted by the battery running out. Keep going. We don't stop. That's the way. So when you go into bicep curls, you'll feel these muscles working. Through here, you can do triceps. Yeah, you can stick a band underneath your back foot and draw your arms up and you feel it up through here. Couple more seconds. That's it. And let's change to the other side. So stepping back, back heel is lifted. Are we ready? Last one for the day. And bring it down. Now the wider your feet are, the more balance you're going to get. But don't go too crazy wide, obviously. Making sure that you're bending both knees down. It's really important though, it's not just the front leg bending, but down. Working those glutes again, working that core, keeping your body nice and tall. And we're almost there. Squeeze your bum on the up cycle. Pressing into your feet to drive that body up. We've got about 5 seconds to go. Last one. And there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed those series. Good luck with your pregnancy. I'll see you next time.